Trish again. I'm coming to you because I want to share a dream with y'all. I prayed to God last night to show me what's to come. So I went to sleep last night, probably maybe around 11 or 12, and I am waking up at 6 something because we was trying to get our Thanksgiving food prepared, and I am going back to sleep. So God ended up showing me a dream the second time I went to sleep. So I'm gonna start out by saying this. It first started out in a hospital. I was getting treatment from either an injury or a sickness or something. The nurse which was taking care of me was a young lady in her early 20s. I was talking to her about God as she was hooking me to IVs and tubes. I was getting her to know if I was letting her know if she don't know God, that is now the time to accept Him into her life. So she started listening and taking every word in. I was telling her, I know I was getting to her. As I was telling her, I knew I was getting to her because I seen when she came back in my room, the emotion was on her face. So I asked her, is she okay? And what she revealed to me was when she was growing up as a little girl, her family told her lies, saying that there wasn't no God, that it was superficial tales that people tell in stories. I told her, don't believe everything that people say because it's only Satan that speaks through them. And so my dream switched. I see myself half dressed, sitting with older people while listening to their conversations and watching the news. I kind of felt like the time I was living in what was back when Adam and Eve was created. Only thing was different about this dream is I was either wearing shorts or panties. I believe they were saying, who in their right mind will let a woman run loose half naked? She don't even know that she is missing her clothes. I asked them what was they staring at. So a lady told me that I needed to cover up. Told me that I need to cover up because so many men were staring at my nakedness. So I started to look down at myself. And I said, oh no, I don't have clothes. Where are my clothes? So a nurse ran out to where I was and she took me inside a room where I see my things that was taken from me. So I was told to only gather a few things and I had to leave. My dream switched. I finally came in contact with my family. I was in the shower sharing it with another woman, maybe Japanese or Chinese. Her eyes were red, and she had her eye on my husband. He was using the men's room. I seen her looking at him with a hate like no other. I tried to tell him by thought, but I could not reach him that way. So after she stopped looking at him, she then focused on me. While I showered, I had clothes on because I didn't feel comfortable taking a shower with another woman. She looked like a demon. I started speaking to God in my head. She read my thought and went crazy. I ran out the shower to gather my house. I ran out the shower to gather my family because I knew that the world was about to end. I then found the nurse that took me earlier to find some clothes and to gather only a few items. She she was different the second time. Her face grew pale and she had long red painted nails. Her hair was long and black. She she often me and my family arrived from the hospital. So I said, okay, let me get my kids so we can go. Okay. So we ended up leaving and I looked around and saw my daughter playing with a child with knives in his hand. I told the nurse I left my daughter to please turn back around. She didn't want to at first, but I started talking to God and she knew, so I asked her to go back. So we did, and I went to go and get my daughter the dream switch. We was in the room talking about different things. She knew very well that I was a Christian. I rely on God for direction, protection, love, safety, peace, and more. It made her very sick till I started seeing black circles around her eyes. But I didn't know why. So she asked my husband to find her either some men or a man. And my husband said, I got someone just for you. I will. And she gave him $60, maybe, maybe $60. And I told her I help you find a man, but in my mind it was going to be a Christian man. She knew and told me, no, that's okay. Here are $10. I took this so somehow it felt evil. I remember dropping it once we was leaving out the door. I said to her, I will pray for you that God will send you a man. The reaction on her face got cold. She trembled when she heard me mention God's name and said thanks. It sounded evil. I then told her, God bless you. She chanted something evil and a weird language that I have never heard before. Then we left. As we started to walk to the truck, I seen marks in the sky. The sky was dark and it grew dark outside till we had to walk in a straight line. Because our vehicle was straight ahead, God did give us some light on my side. I heard noises in the back of us. It sounded like flying insects in the sky. Soon as we arrived to the truck, the insects started to attack my husband and then me and my kids, but not much like my husband. He was getting attacked more. Mankind was mentioned in my dream. I started praying to God because me and the kids was in home way. We wasn't supposed to go outside. I called on God's name, asking him to please guard us and protect us from the flying insects. I didn't know what it was till it was mentioned in my dream that it was locusts infested with scorpion stings. My husband was getting attacked so bad his heart began to fail. He started praying for forgiveness to God, asking the Lord to forgive all his sins, everything that he had done. He started crying and leaning over. I knew he was about to die. I asked God to save my family. And I called on Jesus.